was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. We ask for your prayers for Carly as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carly, again, ask for your forgiveness and prayers.
Juicy Sommelier. Do you know that French actor, Juicy Sommelier? You might know him by his American name, Jussie Smollett, the man that lied about a horrible crime. And on top of lying about it, was caught red-handed, planning it, scheming, paying people to take part in it, to capitalize, to enrich himself off this nation's racial division. Well, now we had Carly Russell, who disappeared after seeing a flying toddler on the highway, a toddler that was flying 600 yards. She was on the phone, apparently watching a toddler while she drove 600 yards, and then disappeared into the woods with some cheese nips, granola bars, and water. Miraculously showing up at home, walking home 48 hours later, completely unharmed, with a wild story about how a white man with orange hair had abducted her and taken pictures of her, and there was a baby and there was a wife. A wildly specific story. Well, she lied. We knew she was lying, but now she admitted she was lying. And the best part about it, the $64,000 that was raised, no refunds. The people are getting no refunds after donating nearly $65,000. This story is ridiculous. Carly Russell's ex-boyfriend, by the way, said he is disgusted with her for lying after she claimed to have been kidnapped on an Alabama interstate after seeing a toddler alone on the side of the road. Tamor Simmons took to Instagram on Monday night to condemn the 26-year-old, saying he'd been blindsided by her fantasy story about being abducted. Yeah, right. My money is confidently on the fact he was in on it. It's just my opinion. I don't have any proof. But I feel like there was a scheme here. I feel like there was a scheme going on. He said her web of lies created hurt, confusion, and dishonesty, and revealed the pair had split following her confession. You mean after their failed attempt to get rich? Meanwhile, her mother refused to comment on the latest developments, simply telling reporters it's not a good time. Well, yeah, I mean, it was a good time for all the officers that the taxpayers had to pay for overtime for, and the helicopters the taxpayers had to pay for, and all the people who were actually missing, who had people pulled off their case to look for this individual. This comes after Russell released a statement to police in which she finally admitted that she fabricated the whole story and about why she went missing for 49 hours this month. She confessed she never saw a toddler and never was whisked away by a kidnapper before she mysteriously turned back up at her parents' house last week. After Russell, quote, disappeared on July 13th, Simmons posted frantic appeals for information on social media, then made a supportive post once Russell returned home. He had not only deleted the post about her disappearance, but also erased every photo of the pair together on social media, and he has unfollowed her. That's the true breakup in the modern era, getting unfollowed on Instagram. Carly's actions created hurt, confusion, and dishonesty, Simmons wrote in a statement on Instagram Monday night. He continued, myself and my family's nature was to react in love and genuine concern. He explained, we are disgusted by the outcome of this entire situation. Prediction. They were working on it together as a scheme to get money, and he's trying to CYA. Just an opinion. The story that Sideshow Bob sprung out of a tree and kidnapped her just didn't work, I guess. I strongly feel exactly like all of you, blindsided with Carly's actions. Simmons continued, noting that the investigation is ongoing, but with all the recent information and her confession now, we gain closure. How about the $65,000 that was donated? How about the hundreds of thousands of dollars that were spent in police and search and rescue time? Simmons went on to thank the family, friends, and nation for support. The severity of this matter has not been overlooked, and I deeply respect the genuine support shared to this situation. He concluded, please continue to keep us in your prayers. Translation, please don't press charges at our obvious fraudulent kidnapping story. Hours later, police confirmed that Carly Russell had in fact lied about the events. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th. In a statement by Russell through her lawyer, it added, Carly asks again for your forgiveness and prayers. Yeah, I pray you get locked up. I'll pray every night. Talitha, who appeared on Tuesday to discuss her daughter's abduction, is not thought to have been involved in the nursing student's scheme. Carly has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor, said Talitha Russell in the Today Show interview. Pressed on whether they believe the abductor is at large in the case, Talitha responded, absolutely, absolutely. Carlo's father nodded in agreement. I don't believe the parents are in on it, of course. There were so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us, said Talitha Russell. I just don't know how people could be so evil. You got one under your roof, Mom. I think a bill at minimum needs to be sent. Charges also of filing a false police report needs to happen. Why? I believe it's because of the purposeful escalation to making it a racial thing. That's why I think, look, a bill should be sent no matter what. But when I'll purposely like, oh, a white man with orange hair came and kidnapped me. No. Now you get charged. You faked a race crime or hate crime or whatever, too. And here's the most interesting twist. Carly Russell, of course, admits there was no kidnapping or flying baby on the highway in this confession. Alabama nursing, there was no kidnapping. My client did not see a baby. Russell's attorney. It's interesting that she had an attorney say this. My client did not leave the Hoover area. My client apologizes for actions to the community. Carly asked for your forgiveness and prayers. Of course, no, you would not be getting them. After a 2-day search, the Alabama nursing student showed up at her parents' door. She was taken to a hospital, treated, and released. No criminal charges have been filed at this time. In my opinion, that is the worst crime. She will certainly use the shield of, I was going through a rough time, I was having a mental issue. Don't care. Then you can spend your prison time in a psychiatric ward. I'm fine with that. After her return, investigators found that, of course, Russell had Googled the film Taken, which stars Liam Neeson. Searches also revealed that Russell looked at one-way tickets from Birmingham to Nashville and whether victims had to pay for Amber Alerts. Russell, however, doubled down on her story, initially telling police that she was abducted from the side of the road by a white man with orange hair, Donald Trump. The obvious flaws in the would-be victim's narrative were seemingly confirmed when she was fired from her job in Birmingham and her boyfriend deleted all evidence of her from social media. We've been a little pissed off, mainly because so many people took so much time to search. Woodhouse, the owner of Stuart Rome, told the Post last week of Russell's co-worker's reaction to her traumatic disappearance and reappearing act. Russell stole a robe and toilet paper from the spa just a few hours before she went missing. She then stopped at a local Target for snacks, which were not found in her vehicle when she vanished. The only thing I can say is I want everyone to stop bullying her. I know that it seems like what she did. Just stop bullying her on social media. Russell's boyfriend, Thomas Latrell Simmons, who previously defended her against attractors, told the Post, think about her mental health. She doesn't deserve that. Yes, she does. for every missing person that went unsearched for while they were searching for your girlfriend who was lying from the start. Bob Kopis, the organization's executive director, told AL.com last week that some larger contributions had already been returned. On Monday, Crime Stoppers of Metro Alabama revealed it would not refund those who contributed to the $64,000 donated. They would not refund them. The $25,000 put up by the Birmingham Board of Realtors and the $20,000 offered by an anonymous donor were refunded. So if you were poor and you were trying to help out and you just threw them $5, you don't get your money back. Sorry, no refunds. At the very least, this woman is responsible for that $64,000 in restitution, plus all additional charges and overtime fees for her search, which probably comes to the sum of somewhere around $150,000 to $200,000. That should absolutely be paid via restitution, no questions asked. I also believe charges should be filed without doubt, because if you don't charge these people, you're only going to get more people doing it.